whatever you name me to be. I am whatever you claim me to be. I am everything you're not. I am everything I am. Yeah.
I love chamomile tea. Tea Talks episode 3. I'm Cassie. I'm a hip hop artist, and if you're new here, Tea Talks is just something we do on the channel to just keep it. It's a little bit more casual, nothing too serious. I do it primarily just to stay consistent with content, but also to practice my camera skills and all that. So for today, I wanted to do something a little bit different because shout out to y'all. There's 25 subscribers last time I checked. So definitely jumped since last week, but shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. So for this third episode, I thought I would do an about me. Also, I want to say, like, I do these when I get out of the shower. So like, you see my hair, like it's air drying, and when my hair air dries, it just frizzes up kind of ugly. If you're like, dang, does this girl not comb her hair? I do, but I just typically when I do these videos, I just am like fresh out the shower. I make the tea and I sit down and I record. So there's that. I have quite a bit of questions, so I'm gonna try to just like speed answer through them just so I don't like ramble and all that stuff. Also with Tea Talks, I do time myself. So I put a timer on myself. That's just for my own sake to like practice on my like brevity. Like, so once the timer goes out, like that's it, you know? So question number 1, who are you and what do you do? My name's Cassie. I'm a hip hop artist. For work, I'm a video editor. I work for a YouTuber actually, but in the past, hence my video editing tutorials that you see on might have seen on my channel. I'll add a little bit more on that in a later question, but I was about to go on a ramble, on a tangent, but I'm gonna skip to the next question. When and why did you start making music? I started making music when I was like 16. Maybe like 15 going on 16, around there. And why I started making music, honestly, it was just like boredom. How it happened was like, I used to listen to Wiz Khalifa a lot. Like I was a big fan of Wiz Khalifa. I still am a fan of him, but I just don't listen to him as much. But he would release these like day-to-days on his YouTube channel. They're like vlogs. And I would watch them all the time with my brother. And I just remember there's an episode where he's in the studio and he's making a song. And I remember thinking to myself, like, dang, is that how you make a song? You just like write lyrics to a beat? Like, okay, I can do that. And you like, obviously you rhyme, right? So grabbed a notebook and just started writing. And then, like I said, it was just like out of boredom, but then it didn't take long for me to like really get into it. So, but that's how it started. Who do you make music for? I would say primarily me, not in a selfish way, but just like I make music because I love it. I love to do it. It's just a passion of mine. But I would also say that I make music for anybody with like a dream or like a vision, like something that they want to do in life, but maybe, you know, people like think they're weird for it or like don't believe in them, or maybe they themselves don't believe in themselves, or their family doesn't support them, or people laugh at them or think they're weird or they're crazy or dumb or whatever for chasing their dream. I would say I make music for that person just because that's me. Also, that was me, and sometimes can still be me in the sense that like there are times still where I can like just get too in my head or just start overthinking, or maybe I get discouraged or just start doubting or whatever. But obviously, you know, you got to push through those moments. But I would say that like the music I create, the content I create, like all that stuff, like it is very much kind of with an undertone of like inspiration type feel, just because like I guess it's like a personal value thing. Like I just believe in chasing your dreams. Like, I think it's just as simple as that. And so it's something that I communicate to myself on a regular. And so it just comes out like in my content and my music, because I often think about like, I think it's a good rule of thumb. Like people have said, maybe you've heard it said like, oh, just speak to like you from a couple years ago. What would you tell that person? I would say I've definitely like considered that. Honestly, just a lot of the times I'm like writing, kind of speaking to myself in a way. Anyway, what are some of your goals as an artist in 2025? Be consistent in content, although I will say I'm trying to make that like less of a goal and more just like a standard, like it's just something that I do. But regardless, it's a goal. Be consistent with content. Somebody like commented on one of my videos the other day and was like, you should try playing more with your voice and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, yes, that's literally been what I've been trying to do, or just something that has been on my mind and like something that I've been paying attention more to in my own songs and stuff like that. I want to be more animated with my voice. Think of Doechii or Nicki Minaj. I haven't heard too many like male artists do it, which is interesting, but like just the way that these ladies like play with their voice and just are more animated and stuff. I'm trying to think of a male artist that's done that, but I really can't think of anybody. Eminem with the Slim Shady stuff, maybe Hobson, I don't know, I couldn't tell you a song, but I just feel like he's kind of a character, and he's like, it wouldn't surprise me if he's like been animated and stuff like that on songs. I feel like he has, but so I want to be more animated, more just play with my voice more. Kind of on top of that is like leads into the other thing I want to play around with a little bit more, which is auto-tune. I did that in the Hungry freestyle, and like I said, I had a blast doing that song. So if you haven't checked it out, check out that song. Let me know what you think. But that's the first song I ever did with auto-tune, and it was just super cool. So I definitely want to play around more with that and just kind of get more fun with the like music making process rather than just putting vocals to a beat. I want to be a little bit more produced than that. And then the last thing that I would say that I want to do and really focus on this year is being a better songwriter. I want to improve in my songwriting. I want to be able to write to a specific emotion or for a specific emotion. I also think of like an open mic setting or something. Like I want to make songs for a specific environment. Like I want to have something that I've been chewing on and like thinking about is like, and I have made a couple songs like specifically with the intention of being performed live. And I think that's a cool way to just like, that's something that has stretched me as an artist personally. And so I just want to continue doing that. And so songwriting. Besides music, what are some of your other passions and hobbies? Okay, so this is going back to the video editing stuff that I told y'all. Besides music, some other passions and hobbies would be content creation. I really, like I said, am passionate about marketing. I enjoy the psychological aspect of it. I love reading up on it. I'm like a total nerd on that stuff. Social media strategy, building a brand, like all that stuff. And hence why I release the video editing tutorials, not more so because I just believe that content creation is just such a high valuable skill these days. I think back to like when I told my parents I was going to go to college, and I told them what I was going to study and how I was going to go for like film and video and stuff, and my dad was just like, that's stupid, there's no money in that. And then fast forward to 2025, and it's like I'm working for a YouTuber, everybody's trying to be a content creator, the creator economy is like booming. And so because I believe that content creation is just a high valuable skill, I wanted to be able to have like a library of video tutorials for how to edit video, basically from like the basic fundamentals to like more advanced things in the future, and learning how to edit video in an industry standard video editing software. Like I said, for anybody who wants to learn it for their own content, or maybe they want to have a job as a video editor, have that be their career, like whatever you want to do. Hopefully my videos can help with that. And so that was just kind of my idea. Like I just wanted to have a library of video tutorials because I just wanted that resource to be there for people. So that's another passion. I also really love watching movies, and you guys saw last time I like doing the Lego stuff. That's a new one, fairly recently just started that, but I do enjoy that. And going to the movies is like on the top of the list for me of like favorite things to do. What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned in life? That's a big question. And I don't have the time to like sit here and like unpack all the life lessons I don't even know. It would take me a while to like really come up with at least like 3, but I can give you one that is just top of mind right now, probably because it's like the most recent. Not everybody is gonna stick around forever in your life. In other words, you're gonna lose some friends, and that's okay. You're gonna lose some friends, not because it's anybody's fault, it's not their fault, it's not your fault, but it just happens. You just lose contact with people, or it just happens. Life happens, and that's okay. Definitely hurts, and it definitely sucks, and it's okay to grieve. There's my timer. I knew it was coming, bro. So I'll just finish real quick. I only got one more question, but going back to the friend thing, like, it sucks and you can grieve it. Like, you can mourn the loss of a friend, that's fine. That sounds like they died. Like, they don't have to die for you to mourn them. Like, it's just if they're gone from your life type of thing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but like, just, it sucks. But I feel like some people go their whole life. This is literally a line from one of my songs. I feel like people go their whole life missing out on that lesson. And for me, I can say for a fact, like, I used to be the type of person that like tried to keep people in my life, and like just would stress out, like, oh, what did I do? What did I do wrong? Da da da. Like, just because I'm like trying to keep people in my life, when it's like sometimes you just grow apart from people, and that's okay. So yeah, I think that's a valuable lesson to learn. It's been a good lesson for me, at least. The last question is, what does success mean to you? I like this question a lot because it was actually a question I had asked myself when I started making music again back in 2023. My answer is, success to me doesn't mean a zillion streams. It doesn't even mean like 100 streams. Would I love 100 streams? Sure. Dude, I literally have like 4 monthly listeners on my Spotify, which is probably like... Why are you crying? I'm just saying, I would enjoy the streams, but that's not how I'm defining success. How I'm defining success is by seeing these projects through. Like, I have a whiteboard back there, and I have a list of a bunch of songs, some that are already made, some that are already out, some that are recorded but just need to be mixed and all that stuff. And I also have like a whole concept for an album, and like the songs for that album and all that. Like, it's all in my whiteboard over there. Not to mention like a couple of the new things that I'm writing that are just on my computer. And I'm kind of rambling, but I say all that to say, like, seeing these things through, completing, checking off all the songs on my list, as in they're recorded, they're mixed, they're out, completing the album, releasing it, like all that stuff. Although the album is gonna have to come like at a later time, because, side note, you guys didn't ask for this information, but I used to want to release the album. Like, I used to be like in a rush, like, I need to release this album. It's a conceptual album, so I'm like super stoked about it. But now, just been convinced through conversations with people and stuff that, you know, just gonna wait on that until a more opportune time. But needless to say, like, seeing all these things through is how I'm defining success, because that's something that I can control. I can't control subscriber numbers. I can't control streaming numbers. I can't control social media followers. You can make the argument that to an extent you can, based off like marketing and stuff. I'm definitely trying to be better at putting myself out there and marketing myself and all that stuff, but I can't attach success to those things because I really can't control them. But I can control the input. I can't control the output, but I can control the input. Does that make sense? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can control the effort that I can put in. I can control the fact of like getting all these songs done and getting them out and all that stuff. I can control those things. So that's how I'm defining success. Thank you guys for watching episode 3 of Tea Talks. That was kind of a long one, I think, but I appreciate you guys sticking around if you made it this far. I'll see you on the next one.